What is going on, everybody? We are finishing setting up our end of the stream, getting the scoreboard correct, getting the names in there, all that stuff that we do. Hopefully we will avoid all the technical difficulties that we were suffering from yesterday. I think we got it sorted, so I'm actually not too worried. We'll be pulling up Egatron's stream here in just a minute for you. For those who are wondering, they are in Group G, which is an incredibly tough group. I enjoy calling all of them groups of death because it feels like they are. That's how skilled every single summoner in them is. But just so you know, these two gentlemen are battling for first place, and the other competitors in their group are Yusafa, an extremely skilled player with an outrageous roster in 4 Loki. He's in my battle group. I see what this guy does in war. He is incredibly skilled. And the other summoner is Suida. So that lets you know how great these skills are. Let's pull up Egatron's stream right now. Oh no. What's going on? Let's get this sorted, huh? Let's get this sorted. All right, gonna pull this up. We'll be getting B McG. I think B McG or Slay will be on call today. We'll see who. We'll see which one. Gonna pull up Egg right now. It looks like his stream may have gone down, if that is possible. Now, there we go.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing all right. Trying to learn from the mistakes of yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like we're having the same exact problem. I have no idea how to explain this.
Did you try what B said of refreshing within OBS?
Yeah, no, I did. I've done everything. I feel like I've done everything exactly how... You know what? We're going to try something else, guys. If this stream goes down, we will be right back. We will be right back.
Mm-hmm. B is sabotaging Vega again. Yeah, it's because B isn't here, isn't he? The second he joined, your stream started working.
Oh, absolutely. And now look at him. He's like, hey, I'll be there. Let's see if it just sorts itself out. It might.
I think you found like the final boss of the loading screen.
Yeah.
It's like stuttering and stuff as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is some high level stuff, Yeah. I think maybe you just needed to give it a minute to get itself sorted. Was the issue. I really do think we're fine now. Knock on wood. If everyone who has any wood near them could knock on it, I would appreciate it greatly. All right, so like I was saying, this is Group G. The top of the leaderboard here is Nerd and Egatron, each 1-0. They're facing each other now. Nerd will not be streaming, so we'll be showing Egatron's portion of the match. Prepare to see some really cool gameplay with some champions who you're just not used to seeing honestly, on YouTube, I think. So I'm excited to present that. Both of their channels are linked in the description of the stream and also in the chat. Please go support them both. Let them know you really appreciate the show that they're putting on. And cheer them on, of course. We've got PWF in the chat. Q, Zach, what's up, my friend? Brandon Jacobson. Ephraim, what's up, buddy? Dennis, Ephraim, that was you that really enjoyed Mike and Steve going at it last night, right? Like, I know their end of the stream was pretty entertaining. We finally got our end up. But my understanding is that they put on a great show, a lot of comedy, good times, and highly skilled play. And I don't want to spoil it for anyone. If you haven't seen it, you should go watch it. It is very dramatic. I'm glad we were able to get our stream figured out and get that set up.
Yeah, he almost came back all the way, imagine.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. Are we back to having problems? It looked like we were just fine there.
I mean, So they have started their match.
Yeah. This is what's so bizarre. And sorry for anyone who's like, again, I can pull it up just fine. Like, let's see if it works. Jesus.
Maybe that's the play since Nerd isn't streaming. Like, you can see it fine on your browser, right?
Yeah, it's when I try to move it through to OBS. It's so weird.
Maybe if you just set up a scene of just your browser, and we can watch it that way.
Yeah, I'm happy to try. I think I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, like hold on, I'll tell you what I do. So you go to source, you add display capture,
Mhm.
and then that's sort of like your screen and what you're seeing. So you don't have to feed the stream through OBS. And I mean that's like for now probably the best thing we can do, especially since we're only watching one stream. And just make sure that scene is behind your stream stuff, and you should be fine.
You know what the unfortunate part is? I think you're saying exactly what I already do.
Oh, really? Okay, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay, and I'm happy to give it a try. Let's see here. No. I mean, not that this isn't that unusual, right? These things happen. Like we have this issue with Discord calls sometimes, but the crazy thing is like I haven't changed a single thing, like since we were streaming all of this earlier.
Did you by any chance do the update for OBS?
Yeah, I believe so. I really think I have. And remember, it was working like totally fine.
Hold on, I think I may find a solution. So the screen of yours isn't blank, right? It just keeps loading.
Yeah, it's just this spinning thing.
Dang, this is.
Yeah, single assassin. You know it's bad on third window. It's like every window is just like spinning, but it's not my internet connection. Like that's what's so strange about this. Like obviously my stream is fine. You guys can hear me fine. I can pull it up on my phone, no problem. I have no clue. Like why we were able to get this to work so fine last night eventually too. I still think it's B. I think it's B McG is the problem.
To be, yeah, he's probably sabotaging.
Yeah.
Like he's like, when I'll hop on and I can give commentary is when you guys can enjoy this.
Yeah, without me there is no fun, I think is ultimately what B is telling us here.
Yeah, he's a super villain, yeah.
Definitely super villain. Definitely super villain. Well, let's keep trying. I really want to get eyes on these guys. These guys are great competitors. They're great members of my Discord server. And so I really want to get everyone's eyes on them. They deserve that attention. So I'm highly motivated to make this work. If you guys could do me a big favor, if you enjoy the content I put out typically, please go and support them and let them know. It's really important to me and meaningful. And I feel horribly that I'm not putting on a good show for them. OBS's problems. Yeah, that's how this feels. It's all through. It's not until OBS tries to go. Like, the internet connection's fine. My connection to YouTube is fine. Nerd is not streaming it. But you guys just saw. Like, we pulled it up. It was looking fine. And then all of a sudden, it was just shuts down.
Do you have Streamlabs downloaded? Because what Streamlabs allows is that you can transfer all your OBS settings over to Streamlabs immediately, and that means all your scenes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And like you can set up that broadcasting software immediately, essentially.
I don't use Streamlabs. And I honestly, it'd be like a comedy show on me trying to do all that quickly.
Yeah, fair enough.
God, this is so. And I mean, obviously, we'll try to get this fixed out, but I'm just letting you guys a little peek behind the scenes. I genuinely moved stuff around so I could try to stream these two guys because I like them both that much. Nerd helps me out so much with so many things on the Discord server and has been a huge part of that rankings team MCOC Illuminati for a very long time. Egatron's obviously an awesome guy. He's putting in a ton of work hosting another Battlegrounds tournament on my server. And despite me continuously telling him he should name it after himself, he's like, well, it's Vegas server. We've got to use his name. I mean, that's just how respectful and great these guys are. So if you've enjoyed any video I've ever put out, please go and check the link in the chat and let them know you appreciate what they're doing. And we'll just keep working on this. We'll keep working on this.
Mm-hmm.
It's an OBS issue, Marcus. Have you updated recently? I could swear I have. I know there's a way to check that. Isn't it in the settings?
Not sure. I just usually update immediately.
Yeah, but how?
Oh, like it just pops up for me. There's probably a way to check, though.
Yeah, there's got to be a way to check manually. If anyone knows how to manually check OBS updates, I'd appreciate it.
Go to help, and then go to check for updates.
Go to help.
Yeah, so open up OBS. It's on the top left where it says file. Just go all the way down to help, and
wouldn't you know it, my version of OBS... Oh, there it is. Check for updates. What a great idea. It looks like there's one available for me.
Oh, could be it.
Let's check. Uh-oh. If the stream goes down, we'll come right back and we'll try again, guys. All right?
I had one too. Dang.
It's saying, all stream recordings will be shut down? Am I sure I wish to exit? Is it just me, or is Egatron's stream actually running smoothly on our end now too?
Yeah, it just started. It's like, yeah, you're shutting your stream off.
Yeah, it's like
for us to work.
You threaten to update me and turn me off. I'll show you. So let's see if it runs fine, then we'll just stick with it, and I'll update after it's over, because I'm also supposed to be streaming my single matchup tonight with MP Blaze, which I have, again, no concerns about the streaming portion. I have very big concerns about the matchup itself, because I won't be trying to feed someone else's window, YouTube window, through this. What's the score? Does anyone know what the score is right now?
You're behind. Nerd has already won the first game.
I'm very concerned about trying to skip forward. That
don't want to take that chance.
Yeah, that appears to often be.
I don't blame you, honestly.
A source of problems. Vega needs your likes to help him stream better. I need the likes no matter what. Streaming better or worse, either way, it's got to happen. Because I do want to put on the best show possible. If anything, we will try to skip ahead. All right, so here we go. We're doing this together, everybody. Everyone, press your thumbs.
Praying.
Let's do this. Whatever it is you do to bring about luck, let's do it now. Here we go. Until I see that countdown timer get lower, until I see the first match start, I won't feel comfortable at all that we've actually got this sorted. You said Nerd won the first matchup. What was the score?
That's a great question. Let me go back.
It's okay.
Hold on. Yeah, 2-0.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's write this out. Let's see. You know, this. Hopefully, this is like you're on a long flight, and the pilot starts to pull off from They run away, and there's turbulence in the beginning. It gets you a little shaken. You're a little concerned. But as it starts to go smoothly, you relax, and you just enjoy the flight. That's what I'm hoping for here. What were you about to say, Slayman?
I was going to say something.
It sounded like it.
No, I think I was holding in a cough.
Mm-hmm. I had to sneeze the other day on stream, and I didn't know where my mute button is. I haven't used it in so long, I totally forgot.
Oh.
And I'm not sure what sort of muffled sound came out, and everyone thought happened. Yusafa opens calves when he meets good luck. You know, that's one way to frustrate yourself. What's up, Zach? Thank you for crossing your fingers.
So, Egg here has a really, really long matchup with Scorpion versus Rintra.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd say that Nerd has a bit of a risky matchup with Starkey versus Null. The issue being is that basically no one is safe against Null if he throws like an SP1 into your block, which is pretty annoying.
Yeah, I learned the other day. I just really don't know how to evade it properly. I did play the reverse controls well. I personally think, I mean, with Nerd's skills, and Nerd is very skilled with Sparky, I can see that working out very well. I think there's something about Scorpion's playstyle and the amount of heavies and knockdowns, which should work out well against Rintra. Also, remember that Scorpion goes rupture immune, or is rupture immune. So He doesn't need to worry about it nearly as much as you usually do when facing the cow.
Yeah. He does need to knock him down, though. It's always a bad idea to get Rintra above 10 charges in any scenario. And as you can see here, because he's stun immune, he took 2 heavies to the face because of it.
That's a really great point, right? I was just focused on the rupture portion of it, and you're pointing out that it's not just that. That's not the only ability he gains with that. What's it called? Mystical charges that he gains, those passives in the upper right-hand corner.
And then what's worse is that, I mean, Egg's doing this amazingly, so
yeah.
I have no doubt he's going to finish this out. But it's also, like, once he gets to 20 and you hit him in the corner, he goes unstoppable and stuff. So a lot of bad things can happen.
Nerd obviously played that exceptionally well, ending that fight in 63 seconds with class disadvantage, and only losing, what, it looks like 8% of his health. Moo charges. P2F, I think that is the technical term on the CCP. I believe the original document did call them moo charges. Thank you for reminding me of that. What's up, Infamous? Thanks so much for being here.
Ooh. That Rintra is not going to last long.
No. This is going to be interesting either way. Dragonman versus Penny. Get her in the corner, go unblockable type of thing. Don't let her throw SP1s. Is that the idea?
I don't even really know. You can't really do anything safely with Dragon Man because of the auto block.
Mm-hmm.
I guess knocking her down and taking advantage of the unstoppable, but eventually, the unstoppable buff is going to run out. So,
but see, he's already pulled it off. This is the thing about Egatron. It feels to me similar to watching Suida play, in that they use these bits of a champion's abilities that someone like me just didn't think of. Like, he's using the unblockable to totally get around the auto block.
But there's the issue with going for a knockdown at all times. It still doesn't really get past the auto block.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That being said, this looks way better to me than I thought it was going to go.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And there's the problem you were talking about right there.
Yeah, it's just such a small window to get an opening, and that means you have to kind of do risks like wake up intercepts and stuff like that. So it's a little scary to take advantage of, and that's when Penny catches you. I mean, he has to go for heavies when she has 3 charges, which could very well lead to an auto block. So yeah, it's just a bit scary, but he's doing incredibly well.
Yeah, and he gets her in the corner. He's really able to amp that damage. Again, I don't remember what his damage is called when he's in the corner. Maybe they're called dragon charges or something. But that was pretty fast.
Compared to Nick.
Compared to what I thought it would be.
I think what Nerd did was played it a lot more safely, like went for more knockdowns and internal bleeds.
Yeah.
Because he knew that Egg was going to take damage. So he didn't need to do it quickly. He just needed to play it safely.
Yep. That's smart. Playing into your strength, the defender strength that you've placed. So this just shows Battlegrounds, right? Egatron just put on a phenomenal showing. Showing. And I think he's actually playing very, very well right now.
Mm-hmm.
Nerd is a freight train in Battlegrounds. And yet I could see Egatron winning the next 3 matches. So I'm very excited to see how this plays out. It's just how it goes in terms of the draft, and then the bans, who comes up. And then, of course, a single mistake can cause such a problem.
Yeah. Infamous is bringing up a good point, and something I've been shouting from the rooftops ever since this tournament began.
What's that?
If you're getting slapped, take a minute to calm down and get your head sorted.
Yeah. Yeah. No, go ahead. I was more agreeing than trying to interrupt you.
Oh no, that's it. That's the whole point.
Yeah. So
it's just like the mental game is the most important thing. That's like you could have the best roster in the world and the greatest skills ever, but if you don't show up in your head, that's it. You lost to anyone.
That's true. Like I think I definitely have the greatest skills in roster, and it's just about whether I'm going to show up. Yeah. Obviously, I'm kidding, but it is true. And I was not able to stream it, but I was able to have it on in the background. Jason Jabari Gaming had an intense matchup with Iron Patriot that kicked off the week for us, week 2, and he did a great job of taking breaks. He took his 2 allotted 3-minute breaks, and that's why it's in the rules. It's very clear. I don't want people doing like the stalling technique. This isn't a pitcher stepping off the rubber there just to stall the game and make it boring for everyone. Mm-hmm. But you can take 2 3-minute breaks and take your full 3 minutes. Change your deck around. Do whatever you need to do to get yourself in the right situation. And I'm glad you brought that up. That's something that we probably should remind everyone on. Zach, thank you so much for that donation. I am terrified to change anything on my stream settings right now. I will, as soon as this matchup is over, I might do a few friendly battlegrounds for practicing my matchup tonight, and I will at that time update it if I don't get it up sooner. So thank you so much for the donation, Zach.
Man, I am so excited for that matchup. By the way,
yeah, you have a vested personal interest in it, being that you're atop the leaderboard in that group.
Well, you and I are tied, but yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
We may not be tied after it. Is what I'm vested. Is what my vested interest is. So absolutely.
Let's as much as I want to selfishly talk to you about that. What are you seeing here with this? You're always better at analyzing this stuff. You just are. What are you seeing?
I see that Nerd has gone Man-Thing over Omega, and the reason he did that is because he saw Ron being used for Man-Thing. Also Omega Sentinel, both of them are really slow against an Art 4 Man-Thing and may not finish, so I think that could be a bait in Nerd's favor. I honestly missed a lot of the roster, but that's just one thing I noticed and something I know Nerd is thinking about because he's watched Egatron's games. And then rank 4 Nick and Omega to get his attack.
Zach, we can set that up, buddy. And unless this matchup goes another hour, I should be definitely doing some Battleground friendlies. So we could set that up for sure. I'd love to.
Mm-hmm.
Infamous is saying he's done a lot of sparring sessions with Nerd. He thinks Egg's best bet here is to just put his thing and don't get caught in Nerd's takedown. Do you have to think about your own execution? Mm-hmm. Oh, to just do his own thing, not place his thing. I butchered that.
Yeah. So Nerd is going Ronin here. This is going to be a quick fight.
Yeah. So Nerd will be putting out his own standalone video on this. Again, please go support both these competitors. Let them know you appreciate what they're doing. And check out Nerd's video. You can hear the intensity in his voice. This guy is very passionate about this. You'll see why I love this guy so much, I think.
Yeah, he's commentating it live. He's just not streaming it.
Yeah, he's just not streaming
because he doesn't have the facilities to do it.
Yep.
But he's commentating it all live. So
that's a great point. Yeah, it is a true natural commentary as it happens. So Nerd obviously can't be feeling good about that, taking that hit. That's something that and his matchup against Yusafa. Right now, Yusafa is like, where was this when we matched?
Yeah.
Where were these mistakes when we matched? And this is Battlegrounds. This is what happens.
Yeah. This is a really long fight, but incredibly safe.
You know, I'll tell you, having taken it myself quite a few times, any champion who doesn't reliably bleed or just kind of messes up with a little bit of things, ability accuracy is actually very tough for me. To me, this is a tough fight because you've got to manage those rock stacks, and you don't know if your hits are going to put them on or not.
Mm-hmm. The only thing I could see going wrong with Nerd's matchup with Ronan versus Annihilus is that if Annihilus gets a couple obliterating strikes on him, his stuns might fail. So that's like the only hope Egg probably has here. But this thing is being a bit passive. He has his protection up, and he's just trying to get him to 15 rock stack. So because of the degen reducing defensive ability accuracy by 60%, each hit isn't a guaranteed rock stack. So you kind of have to play around that a bit. It's annoying, but also the defensive ability accuracy reduction is worth it because less protection and just having a dot on him at all times.
Absolutely. And, you know, Kingpin, being the healer that he is, has healed up a significant amount of that damage. If there was a mistake on the other side, there's a chance he comes away with this because he's just got so much health left.
Yeah.
But no. And that's, I gotta say, if I was facing Nerd, if I face Nerd and that happens, I will be frustrated. I will be frustrated.
Oh, yeah, I don't blame you at all.
But it's a smart play. It is within the spirit of the rules. It is a smart play that's within the spirit of the rules. It just would be very, very frustrating.
Oh, of course, yeah. You know, whenever there's a scenario where there's going to be a lot of buffs, Ronan should just always be taken into consideration. Just because he turns into a different animal when there's 4 to 5 buffs on an opponent.
Egg's got a tough one here. Is Sauron reasonable for this fight? I have honestly no clue on how to use Sauron offensively.
I honestly don't know either. Nerd is using a rank 4 Rintra for Omega Sentinel.
He's gonna
Rintra is unawakened as well.
I think he's still gonna destroy her. That neutralizes. So that's one of my favorite ways to handle Omega Sentinel. Just real quick, hold on, buddy. Oakley, thank you for shouting out Nerd's videos. I have enjoyed them immensely. And Nicholas, thank you so much for that. You have no idea how much that it helped me really get going on this stuff because it's taken up a ton of time. Yeah, but it's all worth it. Just seeing how much everyone's enjoying it. So thank you.
Mm-hmm. So what I wanted to mention was that because Nerd's Rintra is unawakened, the power doesn't really get out of control for him. So he's able to just hit her a bunch, neutralize all her armors, and comfortably get to an SP2 with like 30 ruptures. So that's just a benefit to him being unawakened.
You know what's interesting is in Battlegrounds, I definitely hear you using Rintra. I use him in AQ to just so I can mindlessly do my path and not worry about it because he just is so tanky. It feels like he heals a lot somehow. And in War, I know obviously we're trying to shoot for short times in War, but at least for Loki, often the mindset is still just solo. You know, I like having him awakened for that because if I need to throw an SP1 or something, it's no big deal. But for Battlegrounds, those 10 seconds really starts to be a problem.
Yeah, I have mine awakened just because he's on defense, and he's exponentially more annoying on defense when he's awakened.
This is pretty quick. I just don't think that's going to be as quick as the Mu against Omega Sentinel. Oh, and he sends him red on accident.
Yeah, he looked like he was risking it.
Yeah, probably taking a calculated risk because he knows Mu was going to go close against Omega Sentinel. He's got to be frustrated. He had such an amazing showing last week. Yeah. I mean, he wasn't going to win that either way.
That's just not. You can't beat that often.
Well, you know, he came up with a great showing there against Yusafa, who, like I said, massive roster. I hate leading off with that because he's also an excellent player. Egatron just on fire, and sometimes this happens. The draft went against him, the bands went against him, and Nerd is phenomenal. Yeah,
I'd hate to be Yusafa right now, knowing I have to match Nerd next week.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes, though, because this does move Nerd into a commanding position in, I think this is Group G, if I remember correctly. Moves him into a really commanding spot there, being 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
It would take some real odd math there for it to end up being a tie of some sort.
Yusafa will find a way to get 30 R4s by next week.
Yeah. I was just commenting on it, and we're all in a BG together, and I was commenting on I only have 11 rank 4s, and I'm seeing like 13 and 14 and like all these numbers. I got to get a little content done that'll help out, but there's a lot of rank 4s running around out there.
Yeah, and back to your point about like, could it tie?
Yeah,
I think it can. Suida right now is 0-1, but if he beats Yusafa and Egg, that he could be 2-1, and that's assuming Yusafa beats Nerd next week. So again, he's not for sure out of the group in first place, especially since the game between Nerd and Suida was very close. And if there's going to be two people who are 2-1, how we decide the tiebreaker between them is number of games lost. But him going 3-0 here and not dropping a round was huge.
I was just going to end up saying the same point. This was massive for Nerd. Because if, to your point, the point you're making is if there does end up being a 3-way tie at 2-1, which would then mean Yusafa's 0-3.
Sorry, we shouldn't laugh.
It's okay. No, I'm just, hey, it's funny. Is the quickness, the speed, Nerd not losing a single match set, whatever term you want to use here, would really give them an excellent advantage in that tiebreaker. Let's go ahead and move over. I'm going to change what we're viewing here. And like I said, I'll do some Battleground friendlies. If Egg or Nerd joins us on call, we'll do a little post-game recap or something like that. But like I said, I'll do some Battleground friendlies to help me practice for my matchup today against MP Blaze. Of a showing from Nerd and Eggatron, excellent competitors. Like I said, thank you for sticking with us through the technical difficulties there in the beginning of this. If you want to thank me, I really appreciate the words you guys are doing, the thumbs up, the shares, the likes, all that. The biggest way is go support these competitors. Tell them you appreciate what they're doing, and just that you appreciate the show they're putting on. So thank you very much, and we'll go ahead and see if they join us. Slay, are you able to stick around for a while, or what are you doing, my friend?
I'll stick around for 10-20 minutes, and then I want to go get some stuff done, and then get a lot of popcorn to watch you versus MP tonight.
So I have a question for you. Are you cheering in it? And you know me, it's especially because I asked the question. If you're like, yeah, dude, I hope you get destroyed. I hope your confidence is broken and you're crying on the floor like a baby and you want to see it live. That's fine. Tell me.
No. I'm not like particularly cheering for anyone.
Yeah.
I love both you and MP.
Yeah.
The only person I hate in this group is Slayer.
Yeah. Yeah.
As long as he loses, we all win, right?
Well, I like Slayer, but yeah, I hear you.
No, I'm just messing. But yeah, I'm not really particularly cheering for anyone. I just think it's going to be a really, really close game. And I get excited for games that are really, really close.
Two questions. One is, can everyone tell me, I did finally find a way to get sounds through my headset, which is massive. It feels like I'm playing the game again while streaming. But I just did it like an hour ago. Probably 2, actually. No one really cares how long ago it was. Is it too loud coming through on the stream? 2, actually I have 3 things. 2, Nerd, yeah, jump on call. Let's do a post-game recap, buddy. And 3 is, shoot, I forgot already. But Slay, if you could pick me or MP Blaze, like, you're just interested in the matchup. You think it's going to be close. You don't really care who wins.
I don't care who wins, but do you want me to play devil's advocate and pick someone?
Yeah, you make that sound like it's not what you want to do. So yes, please go for it.
Oh God, I gotta pick someone. Okay. All right. I like to trust my gut. Okay.
Yeah.
And in the inner sanctum of my gut, the beating heart of it tells me that I think MP will take it 3-2 final round.
He's definitely a better player. That's for sure. I've seen his 4 videos and I've seen mine. So I would not, I would be there. If I was a betting man, I'd go with that too. I don't want to turn this focus too much to myself as I'm realizing, hey, we've got Aiden in the actual chat. Aiden, if you want to jump on the call here, go for it. And we do have Nerd, welcome, to the call. Congratulations on the victory. It looked like it was very well earned. Is there anything that you particularly would like to start off with or mention?
Oh yeah. So first off, with that Ronin versus Annihilus, I got the most passive Annihilus AI, so I had to do like 20 sidesteps and intercepts before I could actually get him to get those armors to start Ronin chasing. So I was really happy with how that fight went. Normally, Ronin doesn't take a lot of skill for this, of course, but that was definitely one of the most skill-intensive fights I've had. That was some ridiculous AI, but I'm really happy with how I pulled that one off in particular.
How did you do Starkey versus Null?
It's just normal Starkey stuff, pretty much. I mean,
Just whatever you do, don't let him throw an SP1, and that's about it, right?
he threw an SP1 that time. I timed my special one to stop the reverse controls. But normally, yes, bait L2s. And you can have Starkey's auto evade his L2 because his L2 doesn't stop evade, except for I think the first hit of it. So, yeah.
You know what, Nerd, I apologize for doing this while we're doing the post-game interview. Would you be able to give Egatron the role? We found the other day that moving over to the other room caused issues. Would you be able to give him the role so he can join us real quick?
Yes, sir.
I apologize. We're like, hey, congratulations on the win. By the way, could you also do this other thing?
No worries, man. No worries.
Back to
I
work.
get it. Doing that seems to crash my Discord app.
Egatron, my friend, thank you so much for joining us. Obviously, after your incredible performance against Yusafa, you know, it's Battlegrounds. Things happen that go wrong. They just do. That's how this works. How are you feeling now after the second week is over?
Little bit disheartened.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think Nerd just kind of brought me back down to earth a little bit. Just coming off of last week, I felt really, really good. I wouldn't say necessarily cocky, but like I was feeling a little bit more optimistic regarding my other two matchups in the group. And then Nerd just 6-0'd me. So I don't know.
Dang, he 6-0'd you and you guys played to 3? No,
yeah.
Sorry, that was a bad joke.
No, I got a little bit like you said, Vega. I got a little bit unlucky. It is Battleground, stuff happens, but Nerd played at the top of his game for sure, and I think he banned smarter than most people do against me. Because I wouldn't say I rely on Juggernaut and Ock a lot, but they are two very frequently drafted members of my deck. Yeah, they're two comfort picks. Yeah, I think that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and then I made a couple of bad decisions on some other things, like that Penny fight when I went the Rintra fight when I went with Guardian. I forgot that Rintra has some crit resist built into him. So that would have been like
resist and energy resistance.
Does he have energy resistance too?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
he has like
pretty
40% energy resist or something silly.
Oh dear God! Why did they do that? All right.
30% crit resist.
Yep. And here I was thinking I'd be able to get away with that. It's like, oh, this is big brain move. I saved Scorpion for round 3. Nope, didn't happen. Yeah.
The
and
other
then
issue with Guardian versus Rintra is you have to knock him down frequently, right? Which means you keep turning your force field charges into armors.
yeah, I mean,
so you lose your damage.
so how do the energy, like the mystic charges function in that case? Like I know they go up each time he gets affected by a neutralize, and I know at like 10, when you hit him in the corner, something, he goes unstoppable, and when he hits 15, he goes stun immune. When he hits 20, the next special attack by the opponent, he roots himself.
Right.
So that's like all I really know about that.
Yeah, that's basic. You just basically set his ability kit. But essentially, what you want to do is just never let him go over 10. You have to choose a champion that's comfortable in continuously knocking him down, or someone that could just nuke it and can afford to do a few heavies here and there.
Yeah. See, I was in both times that I was fighting Rintra, I don't think it really cost me not doing the heavies and kind of backing away from the corner a little bit instead. It just the second matchup that we did where Nerd had invited me and I had to go against Scorpion, like with Scorpion against Rintra, I felt a lot better about that fight and just kind of got a little bit unlucky in terms of the time. And then the Dragon Man Penny fight. Oh my God. When they banked off the corner, that was just so disheartening.
Yeah, that's one of the things I pointed out was that it's kind of like Dragon Man is awesome. Like I don't think anyone is going to dispute that point. But the issue with like the knockdown and having an unblockable buff that short is that you need to be hyper aggressive right afterwards to make sure you take advantage of it.
Yeah.
And that's what you tried to do by going for that wake up intercept, and Penny did, AI stuff, and she, banked intercepted you.
Yeah, it's like I was ready for her to block. I was ready for her to dash in at me. I was not ready for her to dex my attack and bank off the wall light attack me.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It's one of those things.
Nerd, did you get to use Omega this game?
Oh yeah, I used Omega versus Epsilon. I know you can do it a lot quicker than that, but since I had a pretty big matchup advantage, I just went for, fairly slow, playing it safe, just to make sure Sauron's unblockable wasn't an issue. I didn't throw an L2 at all. I was just going like pure heavies to make sure he got as little as prowess as possible. And I did get hit by a special one once, which is the health loss, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always fun when you get the passive bleed on you from Sauron and you have Death Field.
Yeah.
Nerd.
Didn't apply that this time though.
Sorry to
What's up,
interrupt, guys. Sorry to interrupt. Nerd, would you be interested in kicking my butt in friendlies for a little bit?
Sure. Yeah.
Or you're trying to warm up before your match, Vega?
Yeah, I'm not going to go into for about 3 hours. I think I go at like 8:15 Pacific Standard Time tonight. Oh, it looks like actually. So I'm sorry, Nerd. It looks like I told what a channel member I'd go with them. Looks like they sent a request. I was looking under their normal name. Their in-game name is hilarious. Maybe after this one, Nerd, if you're still around, I'd love to do one with you.
Yeah, just send me a PM or something and I'll get around to it.
All right. Everyone's got to see this this name. This in-game
All right.
name.
Take care, y'all. I gotta
right.
get going now.
All right. Congratulations, Nerd. Well played tonight.
Thanks.
Vega, do you want me to stick around or do you need me to go? Like,
It's totally up to you. Slane, I was going to do some friendlies, just kind of get some practice in. Kind of struggling to get that done for some reason. But it's 100% up to you.
Oh, you want to beat me again, Vega?
Yeah, I'm trying to play Zach here, but it's just like I could swear I just accepted his friend request, and yet it's now not showing up on
you
my.
might have to restart your game. I noticed that something like, and this is like for incursions too, but the invite friends thing is kind of all over the place.
Yeah, and I am having nothing but technical difficulties. There was for quite a while in your matchup. I was like, I apologize to all the viewers, and I apologize to. I really wanted to stream this one for Nerd and Egg, and the stream is just so bad. Please go, support them. And fortunately, just out of nowhere, it started working. So it is what it is. Let's see. Maybe now they're showing up. Nope, still not. Still not there.
Zach, are you online? Maybe you can invite Vega?
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like Zach is offline. So.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No. Oh yeah, I was gonna say yeah. That's offline. Zach says he sent one. See, Nerd and I had the same issue where I invited him, and yet both of us had to restart our games. Oh,
Zach, you sent a Battlegrounds request, or you sent a friend request?
Vega, what you might have to do is you might have to like press the back arrow. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, we got it. Oh, so can you guys even hear the in-game sounds? I'm really curious on this. We're going way back now. I finally was able to set them up. Princess Mike, Karate Mike helped me set them up. He gave me the directions. And so I'm curious if you guys can all hear them or not.
I know I can't personally, but I know the stream can.
Okay. I
actually heard them on call.
Are they loud for the stream? You can hear them lightly. That's perfect. That would be perfect.
Yeah, it seems to be like a good volume.
Okay. They're nice and loud in my ear. So this is like, I guess I'm now going to lose my excuse for while I miss repairs, though. So I'll have to come up with a new one.
I can actually hear them on the call. I have the stream muted, but I can hear them on the call.
Are they distracting or are they bothersome?
Oh, no, not at all.
Cool.
I prefer it this way, honestly.
Princess Mike, I know. It's totally... You could tell I was thinking about too many things at the same time. Oh, what's up, Meta, by the way? Hey, also, Meta.
Yeah, Meta's in.
Yeah.
Princess Meta. Meta.
That practice session I did with DLL, I kind of fell in love with having Sparky in my deck again. Like I get it. I get why Nerd loves him so much.
Yeah.
I'm gonna definitely bring in Long Shot, even though I don't think he really makes a lot of sense for the grouping. I guess for Teddy.
All right, Vega, I'm gonna hop off, do some chores, and get ready for your matchup tonight.
All right, cool. I am looking for a couple people to just be on call if you're interested in it, but I really would, like, no help, like no help.
I understand. Yeah, I'll let you know if I can do that.
Yeah. If you can't, no worries at all.
Yeah, sure. Have a good night. Have a good night. Well, I'm gonna see you later, so take care.
Yeah, either way. Take care, buddy. Go Herc. And Fury feels like one of those just never a bad idea. How do you approach your draft, Egg? Like, I typically or traditionally I really do pay attention to who my opponent is drafting, and like if there's a defender I'm a little worried about, I try to make sure I have an option for them. I'm starting to slowly try to get away from that a little bit. Like Slay's been talking to me a lot about trying to, if I see a defender that's concerning, like Hulkling there, then I try to force them to use Hulkling at some point.
Yeah.
I'm curious how you approach that.
Yeah, that's definitely like a strategy that I was using against Usafa a lot. Like I think there was at one point where he had the Penny Parker. I tried to force it offensively with McFeely, and it kind of worked out for me. In like drafting or the kind of like selecting phase, are you more referring to?
I think both, but more the selection phase, like where you're truly selecting who's going to be in your 7.
Yeah, so the selection phase is more kind of I'm picking champions that will either kind of get rid of something that I know that they're kind of keeping in the back line. Like I knew that Nerd had the Ronin at one point during our match, so I wanted to make sure I picked up a Nihilist to kind of force that out, because it's like a 565, and even though Ronin just cheeses it, it's still like a decent amount of time and a decent amount of risk for him during that matchup. I kind of just want to make sure that I've got champions that I'm comfortable using that cover a lot of grounds that counter what the opponent has, or can draw out something the opponent has if I need them. So I guess like a good example of that is probably Scorpion, in the sense that Scorpion can take down like most of anything that people bring in terms of Mystic roster. I can put him on defense if I need him to, and I can use him to draw out something like a Mole Man if I don't want to fight that on defense.
So I knew that would trigger the node, but I really wanted to push Nick over 2 bars of power, so that's why I threw that.
Yeah, no, it's smart.
Yeah, I think so. I Sparky is a very recent addition to my deck, and I just have not been able to play. In fact, I didn't play the newest meta of Battlegrounds at all. I didn't play a single match.
It's just Protect or Dodge when Dodge came out?
Dodge. I made it to Vibranium like the Sunday before the meta switch over, and then I caught COVID, and I had a rough go for like 2 or 3 days. And then, the tournament just kind of taking up so much of my MCOC time. Like, I didn't even join War the last, I don't know how many wars. I feel badly about that. And I was like, I need to make a couple of changes to my deck, or I really would like to. And he's one of them, and it has been really, really helpful. But sometimes you get in the match, and I actually think you had a fight like this. I can't remember which one it was today, but it felt like you took a calculated risk. Because you were pretty sure Nerd was going to go a little quicker, it felt like. And I feel like I'm going to end up potentially in some of those scenarios. And like that was one of them where I was like, I think I should go ahead and throw this, but I'm not totally on it. Sure.
Yeah, it was probably one of the ones against Penny, and it might have been the Nimrod round versus Penny.
Yeah.
When I placed my star on, yeah.
Antricus, is the quality still bad? And if so, I assume you mean the visual quality. Let me know. Thanks, Nagase. Hey, what's up, Nagase? I didn't see you here, bud. What am I doing? I'm not paying attention is what I'm doing.
Tilatum Debroy asked about the protection meta and just kind of who we're banning on average. Have you played any of the protection meta yet, Vega?
No, I have not. I really need to. But I want to get my matchup in with Blaze tonight, and then I'll try to do, because that's the current, I assume that's the current meta for the Gladiator circuit?
That's correct, yeah. Okay. Dodge switched over into Protect and Mighty Charge last Monday, or yesterday. So, I haven't played too much of the new meta. I'm just going to call you Roy. I haven't played too much of the meta, Roy. But at the same time, it seems like Science Champs as a whole will not be very good offensively. And it seems like a lot of like the Purify Punishers and the Mutants will not be like phenomenal either to just protect the trigger. So normally someone like Sunspot would be quite the threat. But because of the Protect meta, that's not quite as much. So any champion who is not debuff reliant and deals a decent amount of secondary damage will be relatively worth a ban. So champions like Archangel are probably still worth a ban. Champions like trying to think here. Honestly, yeah, Terex is the armor breaks. So it seems like a lot of these metas are determining whether or not like Cosmics are going to be good or not. I just find that interesting.
Zach, do you mind letting me know what rank that Nimrod was? It'd be really, it'd be pretty helpful. Yeah, that's just how BGs goes, dude. I mean, like, we could play again and you'd crush me 2-0. Like, there's a lot of RNG. I obviously got a great draft. It's just, you know, what are you gonna do? And I was very happy with how I played too. R3 unduped. Thank you. Longshot is the other big change in my deck. There was 3 of them. I moved in Guardian because I've just seen so many good things out of Yugal. I mean, like, I haven't been playing a lot of BGs, but I sure have been watching a lot, and I've been watching so many highly skilled summoners. Guardian has just looked too good to me. Like, I gotta move him in. Sparky is the other one, and then Longshot. Do you have a Longshot in your deck, Aiden? I don't recall.
I do not have a long shot in my deck, just simply because a lot of my roster, or a lot of like the champions that I own, are very mystic heavy in terms of there's like a lot of mystics that are strong in battlegrounds to the point where it's just too much to rank up all at once.
Yeah.
At the moment, he is, I believe, 2nd or 3rd on the priority list. The first right now is Hood. Now that my Ridge is rank 3.
Hood's so good, man. This is gonna sound bizarre, but I really believe that like Battlegrounds is so personalized. Zach, dude, absolutely, man. I loved matching you. That's great. It just RNG went my way. What are you gonna do? Yeah. But thanks for the match. Is with Hood, I think I fell in love with, I like Hood anyways. I've liked him, the buff. I did a bunch of videos. I think I did a bunch of videos. I know at least a few. When they did the last beta meta with the shorter health pools, Hood was like unreal. Yeah. And then I feel like what happened is then I used him more, you know, in this larger health pool meta, which I like way better, by the way. But he wasn't, you know, ending fights in 30 seconds anymore. And so it took me a while to realize, like, no, that doesn't mean he's not good. He's still good. It just means all the fights are lasting longer. And so it's important to keep that in mind. So I can see that. I can tell. I'm seeing if anyone's available. Do you want to do a friendly? Are you available for a friendly match?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
No,
just hop back in.
I don't know if we're in-game friends or not. Yeah, we are. Cool.
Do you want me to invite me, or do you want me to invite you?
Either one. And I honestly, I still don't remember who places first, or I don't like. I don't recall. In fact, MP Blaze was like, "So do I invite you, or do you invite me?" And I was like, "Dude, I already forgot."
Okay, so I just invited you, so I think that means that you are drafting first.
Okay, all right.
If this is like how we're thinking it works, then that should be the case there.
Oh, I did get it confirmed today. I got to ban your opponents, and then remind me of what I was about to say. Nagase, Nagase just asked, dude. I'll do one with Nagase after this, and then if we have time, I'll do one more, and then I gotta feed my family. I make dinner quite a bit.
Yeah, so your comment earlier about how Battlegrounds is like extremely personalized is absolutely true. You can make a deck out of our deck is only 30 champions.
Yeah.
So there are a ridiculous amount of champions in the game that are viable for Battlegrounds. Like out of 230, I'd say a solid 60, 70 are relatively interchangeable options depending on the meta, and it just keeps growing every time.
Absolutely. Like, I'm getting an absurd draft right now, I think, too. Like,
yeah.
Even though there's only 30, I still have, like, my favorite 15, and I'm getting so many of them. I did choose to I want to practice long shot, so that's why I brought him in. Oh, I run this championship since the most... Oh, that's awesome to hear. You're about to go make some pasta, Eric. I don't think I have pasta on store for tonight. I think we're making some sort of chicken. And then like some cauliflower mashed potatoes, and I think my wife prepared some like cauliflower too. A lot of cauliflower tonight. You got that thing there, or you got that crossbones made me not pick up thing. So, but I got to finish up the chicken. You know, put on the marinade and the herbs and spices, that kind of thing. Nothing fancy. What's up, Fluff Shack? How you doing, bud? Work, we'll see. If Aiden cleans my clock here, there might be enough. It might be enough. Oh, you know what? Yeah, we should have plenty of time. What am I thinking? We're not doing this. Isn't
got like 2 hours, Vega.
Yeah.
Well, like not accounting for you feeding your family.
No. But I was forgetting that we're not doing like a best of 5.
No.
Actually, I'm curious about that. I've been curious that Magneto. I forgot that I had moved him into my deck. He's one I'm really back and forth on. He's there almost as like an emergency penny counter. Like it just for some reason all heck breaks loose and I need one, and he pops up at the end. And then if I can somehow like force my opponent to attack him with a metal champion. What's that, bud?
I thought I picked Yellow Jacket there. I didn't realize. Uh-oh. Okay.
Did the game mess with you?
Slightly, but that's okay.
Will Torch just tear through Moo Man? Who would you normally use? Who are you going to use for that, if you don't mind telling me?
For the Ridra?
Yeah.
Torch. Yeah, like there's no way I'm not using Torch for that fight. Under normal circumstances, I think the best option I have is Scorpion. I mean, it was an 80-second fight, and that's accounting for me eating 2 heavies and Rintra playing passive for a period of time.
Yeah, we were commenting on that. Now you're reminding me. That was such a cool matchup to watch. And the play style of Scorpion just really feeds it because you're knocking down... why can't I remember the champion's name now? You're knocking Rintra down so much.
Yeah. So it's... I mean, that would have been a much better fight, like, if I played it a little bit differently, but at the same time, it was still, like, a respectable point total.
Oh, absolutely.
So... But no, honestly, I've been wanting to test Anti-Venom versus Rintra in Battlegrounds, but I haven't really gotten the chance yet. And that's kind of unfortunate to me, because that seems like that'd be a cool video. It's like, hey, there's this really annoying Boom Man that happens to be a pain in the ass on defense, or pain in the butt on defense.
Oh, your Terrax just resisted. He was like, "You will not heavy me today, pretty boy. You will not."
Oh gosh.
And I'm not sure how smart it was anyway, because I was taking so much of the rock field damage. It probably was not a smart play at all, in hindsight.
Who did you take in?
Long shot. I really want to practice. I barely know how to use long shot. I mean, I'm on the peripheral. Like, I'm aware of heavying a lot and getting good luck or good fortune, whatever his thing is called. But I ended up costing myself about 42% of my health, and I'd say probably 30% of it was at the end, having Teros cornered and just heavying over and over. This is also really interesting to me. That's a rank 5/5-star torch you got there?
Yeah.
And it still takes a while to take down Moo.
Yeah, and like it's a lot of the situations where it's passive AI too.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, is that rank 2 or rank 3, Rintra?
It's a rank 4.
Oh, sorry. Rank 4 Ranger. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I need you
Interesting.
anymore.
That's funny. I'd love to see what chat's saying, but I don't want to. We'll get back to the chat in a second because I have a feeling Infamous and Left Shack and folks are giving some knowledge drops there.
So they're talking about the energy resist being no joke.
Rentrez?
Yeah. So I'm checking out the numbers now because like 1,000 energy. Is that right? At rank 4, he's got like 1,000 energy resistance.
Honestly, still need to figure a lot of that out. Like Slaymon brought up
30%.
that his Mu charges, his mystical charges, do more than just start landing the ruptures. They provide utility, which you came on the call and immediately started talking about.
Yeah, there's so much to a lot of the newer champions that sometimes it's hard to kind of keep track of all of it.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that I do a decent job of it, but at the same time there's just a lot to keep track of. That's a lot of chip. I don't like it. Ow.
Oh man.
Have me on this. Come on, incinerate. Okay. Alright. Yeah. Guardian has a ridiculous amount of energy resistance at high sig. It totals to like 8,000 or something like that, which basically negates a lot of stuff like Domino's crit failure, Human Torch in general. Like even though Guardian has energy-based damage on his basic attacks and will build up your Smolder charges, a high sig Guardian just says you can have as long an Incinerate as you want or as long a Nova Flame as you want. It will not hurt me all that much. You still get threatened though by stuff like Bishop, just simply because Bishop has a decent amount of energy resistance himself. But it is like Guardian's worst matchup, and even then, he still is able to take it down.
Well played, man. That was a great match.
Yeah, GG's.
Yeah. Let's see if Nagase sent a friend request, because I do not believe we are already friends. Mana Nagase, that's got it. Oh, it's in noon now. Wow. Riley, good, bad karma. Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. Good luck, bad luck, whatever. It's something. Would She-Hulk be any good for Battlegrounds? Did you already answer that question? I know you were saying some...
I have not answered that question yet. I'm not a very experienced She-Hulk player.
Yeah.
But the combination of her slow, her petrify, and the fact that she, like, with every fury that you have, she forces the opponent to play a little bit more aggressively with their special attacks, makes me think that she is viable for it, if maybe not one of the best options out there.
Interesting.
So it's one that'll work, but not one that's the most sought after in terms of rank up.
And she'd be primarily just an attacker, right?
Yes, I really don't see She-Hulk being put on defense. The only time that she's ever been kind of annoying on defense is against mutants, I believe, and that's only when it's like higher sig.
Yeah.
Because of the way her sig works. What is it? Mutant attackers have reduced ability accuracy during special attacks, but it's not like any. It's like -20 to -55, which is respectable, but not significant enough to be using her as a defender against mutants in those situations. But the champ that I took up, actually, and I'm planning on rank 3ing sometime soon, is Yellow Jacket for Battlegrounds.
Ooh. Yeah, it sounds like you wanted to draft him here, and you just weren't able to.
Yeah, I literally just took him to rank 2 today because I had enough gold, and I've got all the resources I need to take him to rank 3, just not the gold for it. But he has been on my list of rank ups just in general for quite a decent amount of time now, and I think just based off of what I've seen Jay Will do with his in Battlegrounds, as well as just kind of like the role that I'll need him to play, he fits pretty well into my deck. 'Cause... yeah, and I mean, I explained it to Nerd, I think, the other day too, is like the only reason why my deck still has 565s is because they're some of the champs that I'm the most comfortable with that I think I won't replace unless I pull the 6-star, like, or unless I pull and get like the 6-star to a decent enough state that I'm happy with it. But
Yeah.
Killmonger is a good example.
Like unless 7-stars start coming out and we can start ranking those up, and like rank 5s become a thing, you're probably pretty good with your rank 5s, at least for a while. I mean, like we've seen what Nick 136 with his 5-star high sig domino has been doing to people. They're bringing in their warlock. Now he runs recoil, so it's a little bit different because he's going so fast on offense. But that domino crit fail damage is causing enough to really be a problem. He's won 2 matches like that.
Yeah.
Wow. It's a spicy Nick Fury. He dexed out of that.
Yep.
Uh-oh. I did not mean to do that. Yeah, that's on me. So I wanted to test it. I'm going to ask Nagase if this is a rank 4 or rank 3. You know?
I'm pretty sure that's a rank 4. I want to say it's rank 4. Yeah, because I'm in a fairly active line chat that Nagase is in.
Okay.
And I've seen like a few of his rank ups come by every now and then. Like I think he had Raven up relatively high before most other people did.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of a few champs. I think Hawkeye was another one. There was another one that was more recent too. I think it was Scorpion, like when Scorpion first came out.
That's great for me. Like literally, that you helped me practice long shot, and this was another fight I really wanted to practice because it was Dot, I think, who commented. I did like a dual threat video on Battlegrounds attackers, or dual threats. I broke it down to attackers, defenders, and dual threats. And Penny was one of my favorite dual threats, and I was saying like you can beat Furies. I'm throwing 2 SP1s, then going to the SP2, and he's like, "Look, I think you can get away with just 1 SP1, which will obviously cut down the time immensely." Also, anyone enjoying the knowledge being dropped here? This is Aiden, Egatron. Link is in the description here. You want to make sure you check that out. Oh, I should pick a defender though. I know I already asked. Just support the competitors, please. It's so incredibly helpful. Yeah. So thanks for dropping all this knowledge, sticking around and doing this. Oh, interesting. I was not expecting that.
Not a problem, Vega. I'm honestly just very happy that you decided to include me on this.
Oh, of course, dude. Absolutely. Oh, I forgot he had a Sam Cap. He's gonna destroy my bishop. Destruction.
It'll be interesting for sure. If he prevents you from activating, like if he plays it similar way that you play Penny, where you bait the SP2s instead of the special ones, then it's a different story.
Honestly,
also, is this basic attacks?
I don't understand Sam Cap very well. I don't enjoy playing him like I hoped I would, and as a result, I got him. I even awakened him. I used a gem on him. He's Sig level 1, and he just sits there and does nothing.
The best of my understanding is he is Guardian, but different in the sense that a lot of his damage is physical based, and then at the same time he has that lock-on mechanic. They seem to do kind of very similar things in the sense that they both don't crit, they both deal most of their damage off of special 2 bursts, but when it comes to like the setup and the utility they bring to the table, that's where they start having to difference.
Degen is energy based, correct?
Degen's direct damage most of the time.
Okay,
So, like, oh, you're talking about Pinkins?
Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out if that's getting around. It looks like it is. It's doing a pretty good chunk, unless this is like a really low sig.
Yeah, no, that's direct damage or physical. I can't remember now, but it's not energy if it's doing that high.
Yeah. Oh, that wasn't smart.
Sandcap is actually wild. Yeah, I know. I very much would like to get one.
What's the sig? Like I always enjoy talking to people about who really like him. Like, is there a certain sig you'd want him at though? Because I feel like a lot of people say they really want him at that super high sig.
Yeah, so that's because a lot of Sam's biggest or like Sam the biggest argument against Cap Sam seems to be that his damage feels low. The higher the sig, the more damage. What is it? Red Wing lock on lasts 2 additional seconds, and attack rating is increased by 13,000. Yeah, okay. So, the biggest argument against Cap Sam is that his damage feels low.
Yeah.
And that's because a lot of people don't have him at higher sig. When he hits around, and I'm just kind of checking this right now, it actually scales relatively well, though I'd say sig 80 to 120 seems to be a decent spot for him. Yeah. So yeah, so sig 80, sig 120 seems to be like the golden spot where it scales really well, but he still seems to be worth the investment beyond that. But he gets like an additional 13,000 attack rating when locked on for the special 2 to deal damage from it. So
I know Infamous. It looks like Infamous is still in the chat. Really likes him too.
yeah. Knew I liked this kid. Unique position with both Guardian and Cap Sam at rank 4 sig 200, and they are extremely different IMO, but both are much more fun at high sig. Yeah, really the comparisons end after you take into account the critical replacement, as well as the auto block mechanics. Beyond that, like one is more energy based, one is more physical based, and then Cap Sam feels more like dropped into play in that sense. Nerd is offering to hop back on call and I believe do friendlies against you because he finished up what he needed to do.
I need more SIGs than my Nick Fury. I need more SIGs. That's the problem there. I didn't plan that well, too. I should have figured out a better way. Should have thrown a special 1 in there, I think. And then I could have finished it with an SP2. And then I wouldn't have taken all that unnecessary poison damage. I kind of got myself in that corner. That's how I think I should have done that. I'd be really curious if anyone else has gotten any other ideas. Maybe you should have pushed up into his SP3, let him throw that. Beneath the SP3 to go to second life. And then I wouldn't have had to worry about it. Yeah. I tried the Legacy special, but I'm not as good as him.
I saw his video the other day about him versus Bryce, and that was
Yeah.
Was it yesterday, I believe?
Yeah. No, I think that was Monday. That like week 1 recap. I had a lot of fun putting that together. I think I'll have time for one more friendly. Nerd, thank you so much, my friend. I told Work, are you still there, bud? I'd love to do one with you. Just go against that roster. Nice matchup, Nagase. That was so much fun, dude. That was a lot of fun. Good luck. I didn't know you were in Noon now. Good luck in this war season going at it. It's a lot of fun.
Infamous just turned around and said, it's okay, we don't need any more Legacy specials.
Oh, yeah. Work. Let's do one last one, and then I gotta go make dinner, my friend. I gotta go make dinner. So Aiden, you got one more matchup going up against Suida.
Yeah.
What do you think? Anything? Are you gonna? Is that time to pull out anything unique, or is it just stick with your game plan?
I don't really have anything unique to pull out. I don't have much to draw from in terms of like deck fluidity, I guess is the right term for it. Like I don't have much in terms of like interchanging my deck options.
Yeah.
So I don't really have much choice aside to kind of stick with the same sort of idea that I've got right now. Honestly, would it be nice if I had well, I would say 5 mil gold, but that went out the window with a couple of rank ups the other day. I just like I need a decent amount of gold to do anything of value right now for the account, but I definitely will be kind of looking at some of his previous videos to kind of get an idea about who he leans on. And Nerd is making me think I need to ban the Ronin. Stupid as that sounds, but
Yeah,
I need to ban a 5-star Ronin.
I was actually commenting. I'm like, it is totally fair, but I will and would be so frustrated to lose on that. Like it just would be very frustrating. But it's fair. It's within the spirit of the rules. Like it's a smart play. I just would be frustrated. I don't know how else to say it besides that. Going up against work rosters, I think for me, how most people describe going up against my roster. We were just like, are you kidding me? Jeez Louise.
Hey, Ghost Dog.
What's up, Ghost Dog? How you doing, bud? Thanks, Zach. Thanks for being here, bud. Oh, absolutely, man. I had a lot of fun playing that. Have a great night. Oh my gosh.
Yes, so GD, I lost my match. I got clapped by Nerd. And then Vega's just kind of doing some friendlies to warm up a little bit before his matchup against MP in about 2-3 hours time, I believe.
Yeah, 3 hours. Yeah, you're right.
Man, F work in his roster.
Yeah, worked. What do you get off with this roster, my friend? What do you have just showing up? It's like I fell into a trap here. You want to do a friendly? There's nothing friendly about this.
I need to check something. Nerd, didn't you just like rank 4 your Gallon like a week ago, maybe? I know it's recent. I just don't know how recent.
Oh, thanks, Zach. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun. MP, such a great player. I'm pumped up to go against him. I think it's gonna be a good time.
Work did.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, Nerd. That's my bad. Work recently ranked 4 his Guardian, I'm pretty sure.
I think I just forced Longshot into that one. Yeah, I did. Damn it. I'm not sure Work and I have ever done a friendly against each other.
He is very Mystic heavy in his deck.
Yeah.
I know that much. I think he's also the only person in the history of the game so far that has who has actually spent the units to unlock all 3 possible decks.
I am considering that. That's been one of the reasons why I haven't just been like, well, I'll do a Gladiator match or 2. Is because I'm like, I don't want to undo my deck and go. Yeah. I know I sound like a big baby on it, but it's not what I want to do.
No, it makes sense. Like I'm even starting to consider it now that I'm in the Gladiator circuit is like having one for friendlies and having one for Gladiator circuit meta in that sense. But like until then, the alternative is just working through with spreadsheets, which I can definitely do. Just I don't know, just a little bit more annoying to go through.
Yeah. I did not mean to play Scorpion on defense. Did I just play Scorpion on defense?
I don't know, but you're attacking a Sasquatch with Gallon, so I don't fully know what happened there.
Yeah. Whatever.
You did play Scorpion on defense, and he's using his Gallon.
Yeah. Gallon will destroy that. Whatever.
So is this a fight you've taken before?
Yeah, it does not go well.
Oh, that's unlucky.
Yeah, that's my fault.
That's like, that's 25% chance.
It's 10.
Is it 10?
Yeah.
Oh, we were both wrong. It's 20%, and then it's increased to 100 when he's in Wrath of Tannenheim.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 1 in 5. It's still unlucky.
You were closer than I was. Is this where I get to complain about the passive AI, even though I've already got my butt kicked?
Lightly.
Yeah. I deserve a loss.
No, he literally waited until MD fueled his special.
Yeah.
That's so dumb.
Sasquatch is...
The second it expired, he threw his special 3.
He's very smart, Sasquatch. He's very, very smart. That's how he's evaded his captors all this time. No, that's why there's no photos of him. It's he's brilliant.
Part of me wants to play the Protect meta just because I don't want to deal with Bulwark AI for a little while.
Yeah.
Or like Explosive Personality AI for a little while. And also I want to stop kind of being angry at Penny Parker. So.
If you find a way to stop being angry about her, let me know. And let everyone know. Because that's
I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm really trying. I've done everything from Mole Man to Black Cat. I mean, you saw me do Dragon Man. Until the day that I pull a 6-star Warlock and I awaken him, I will forever be in a bad spot. Actually, no. That's not true. As soon as I'm able to actually use Annihilus and Terrax offensively, I will forever be mad at Penny Parker.
There you go.
Because, I mean, this happened last week against Yusafa, but I tried Annihilus just without the armor breaks, just to see how that would go, and it went okay. It wasn't phenomenal, but it was okay. But I still don't like that matchup when I don't have access to hitting or block to knock out the shield, because auto block annoying. Fixit's another one I've got my eyes on eventually. Like if I ever pull him, then I might have to rank 3 at least, possibly rank 4. What? How does that work? So I think it was work actually that explained to me how ability accuracy is really janky in this game.
Mm-hmm.
But for all intents purposes, you should have gotten Mephisto should have triggered an armor up even with the Historian active.
I was very surprised it didn't trigger. Not that I was necessarily wanting it to trigger, but I was.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
Yeah, it shouldn't. Yeah, anyways, it's just really weird how ability accuracy reduction works in this game. Oh, he's immune to passive ones. Oh, it's the same deals. That's what it is. Okay, so that's what it is.
I was going to say, if work pulled that off, like that, not that was like an outrageously fast fight, but that felt pretty smooth versus that Fisto. Mentos, we were calling him last night. Ghost Dog. Vega, I love your roster. Oh, so thank you so much, Ghost Dog. That was very kind of you to say.
I love it because I was going to read that message after the fight was over too, and then you just did that.
I love Ghost Dog. Dr. Doom. I thought we banned him. I'm gonna try something. I'm still gonna try this. Now that I've already made my pick, I should have gone Bishop, right?
Okay, I probably would have placed Bishop, if we're being honest, just to force out that Guardian on attack.
Yeah.
Because it's still an ugly fight, even with a high sig Guardian.
You know, that's true. That is true.
Yeah, having Rinter on defense, he's using Negs. I would have at least considered Bishop, because just special one spam the Incinerates, and the fight probably would have been, like, relatively decently over. But at the same time, you're at the risk of triggering a lot of MD with his regens if you're not careful. So maybe Longshot was actually the best pick here. mean, for someone who claims to be new at long shot, you're playing him pretty darn well. What?
I don't know.
Oh, your Pure of Heart expired. Okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say, how did he all of a sudden get 5 Incinerates out? It's like, nope, your good karma expired. Vega's secretly a long shot main this whole time. It's all been a lie.
I think I could have played that better. Definitely missed that first evade. The other thing I was interested about in that matchup was the amount of block damage I would take. I mean, Doom's like, you don't block me, you know?
Yeah, no.
But it looks like Moo did his job. It looks like Moo did his job. Work, if you're still on call, my friend, would you mind letting me know, did you, was there a couple of mistakes in there? Or did Moo just really, you know, that's how effective he is? Miss Parry's? Okay.
Much.
Yeah, that's what I figured. But I could not be happier with the long shot experiment right now. He's kind of my playstyle. Parry heavy, and you hit the other guy's block, and it works. Obviously, this meta's increasing that for me, though, being able to hit the block there. You saw that kind of work into action. Kind of got the idea there from Bryce and watching him use his Wiccan with that neutralize up and things like that, so... all right, I got to go make that dinner. It is 5:30 where I'm at. Well, it's 5:27. Aiden, or Nerd's on the call. Congratulations on your victory. Well played. Looking forward to seeing you in that third round, or third group stage matchup. Thank you to Zach for the donation and the friendly matchup. Thank you for everyone for the friendly matchups. Nagase, Aiden, and work in progress here. And I think I'm missing one or forgetting one. And I apologize. Egatron, Aiden, thank you so much for being on call, my friend. As you were one of the competitors and put on a heck of a show tonight, and then just dropped so much knowledge for everybody. Link to his channels in the description and in the chat at the top. Let's let you do the honors and take us out.
Yeah. So I guess first things first is good game to Nerd. Phenomenal opponent. I think he's clinched a spot in the actual. Was it the actual like tournament play now?
Yeah,
Is that right?
Yeah, it's not for sure. I think
play,
mathematically there still could be a 2-1 tie, like a 3-way 2-1 tie, but 2-0 is pretty good.
Yeah, he's in a good spot right now in terms of that. And then he's got USAPA up next week. So regardless, like I said, great opponent, played that phenomenally. And then thank you to Vega yourself as well for hosting this tournament, for inviting me, and then for allowing me to be on call with you.
Absolutely, my friend. It was an absolute pleasure. Take care, everybody. We'll, if you're available, myself and MP Blaze of the MCC Illuminati will be going live in about at 8:15 Pacific Standard Time. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.